So there's this new inspirational show coming to Upwave on HLN titled The Tim Ferriss Experiment. Check it out.
Sunday nights at 8, starting December 1st on Upwave on HLN. Author, life hacker, human guinea pig. Welcome to the Tim Ferriss Experiment. Watch Tim Ferriss deconstruct, decode, and demystify some of the world's toughest challenges, pushing his abilities to show you how to take the impossible and make it possible.
Everything's firing and trying to make sense of it. This is the type of fear that I need to overcome because it's not logical. Get ready to hack your life and discover your highest potential. The Tim Ferriss Experiment, coming this December on Upwave on HLN.
Tim Ferriss tackles seemingly impossible challenges and then gives you tips on how to use those challenges in your day-to-day life. If it sounds like something you'd be interested in, feel free to click the annotation above to check out more. Christianity, the belief in a cosmic zombie who is your own father, that you can live forever if you symbolically eat his flesh, drink his blood, and telepathically tell him that you accept him as your master, so that he can remove an evil presence that's in your soul from all humanity, because some ribbed woman was convinced by a talking snake to eat a forbidden apple from a magical tree. Are religious people automatically less intelligent than atheists? I could sit here in front of this camera and use this question to prove my superiority, to prove my intellect of how much smarter I am because I'm an atheist to religious people. But the answer to the question is no. I'm not going to do that, and the answer is no. Just because someone is religious, or just because someone believes in a deity per se, does not automatically mean that they're somehow less intelligent. And that's what you need to understand, is that I have met intelligent people who believe in God. I have met intelligent atheists. I have met unintelligent religious people, and I have met unintelligent atheists. Actually, there are quite a lot of unintelligent atheists who actually don't even know what atheism is, much less what they really believe and why they even believe it. There is such a thing as stupid theists and stupid atheists, and stupid religious people, and stupid skeptics. There are people who are unintelligent in all circles, in all areas of ideologies and beliefs. What's really important to me is that you understand that dichotomy between intelligence and somebody being willfully ignorant. I have in fact met religious people who say yes to this question and no to this question. And well, if they say yes to this question, I deem them as someone who has low intelligence. Is the earth really 6,000 years old? No. Did Jesus really ride dinosaurs? No. If you say yes to any of those questions, then I would deem you as someone who has low intelligence. But I guess the question I should be asking is, how do we determine if someone is actually intelligent versus being willfully ignorant of the facts, whether that be science or archaeology or finds in the universe? Give a man a fish, you'll feed him for a day. Give a man religion, and he'll starve to death praying for the fish. I will admit in this video that I have met far more religious folks who are willfully ignorant versus religious folks who seem to be intelligent. To me, it seems that intelligent religious folks are the minority. That's not to say they don't exist, because they do, but I'm just trying to make the point that I don't think you, as an atheist or a skeptic or agnostic, should automatically disregard someone simply because they believe in a deity or simply because they may be in fact religious. I remember once having a dialogue with a fellow classmate in college regarding God and morality. He sat next to me and he had a Bible actually in his hand, and I instantly said, "So you're a Christian?" And that kind of started our dialogue back and forth. And when I asked him, is he a Christian? He said, "Yes, I believe in God." And then he looked at the Bible and he says, "I don't really know if I believe in the inerrancy of Scripture. I don't really agree with all of the ideologies and teachings of the Bible itself." And I was like, wow, that's really cool. And then I proceeded to ask him questions about why he believed in God, what's his reasons for believing in God, and then I even asked him the big question, which is, this is how I discern if a religious person is smart or not, is when you ask them, where do our morals come from? And he did not answer what I expected him to answer. In fact, he believed that morals are somehow developed through culture and society, and because he talked about different cultures all around the world and how they have different standards for what is right and what is wrong. And I was like, wow, this is really cool. He didn't default to the typical religious response saying that without Christianity, there would be no morals. I'm sorry, but any person who says statements like that, you can instantly discern if they're intelligent or not when they say, without God, you can't be moral. Without religion, you can't be moral. That's just wrong, and when I meet people, religious folks, who don't believe in that, that's like a thumb up in my opinion. I've also met quite a few religious folks who believe in evolution, who believe that the earth is millions of years old. And when I see religious folks who are actually believing in a deity, who believe in a God, but not necessarily believe in the God of the Bible, but they believe in a deity and they believe in science and facts and what we've seen and observed, I don't have a problem with that, and I personally would label them as someone who is smart, someone who is intelligent, because when you ignore new knowledge that comes forth to you, and you push that knowledge away, that's when you're being willfully ignorant. That's when I will call you're less intelligent because you're religious. You're stupid for being religious. When you knowingly push knowledge, new knowledge that has shown us new things about the world, neuroscience, the brain, archaeology, and you ignore those new things because you're so ingrained in your holy book, and that's the only thing that you look for answers. Again, it's differentiating between the dichotomy of intelligence versus being willfully ignorant that scares me. And there are a lot of religious people who do that, and therefore doesn't need to find an answer as to why something is the way it is, why science works that way, or why neuroscience, or why the brain, or why animals, or, why the things work the way they do. They don't need to answer that. They have a built-in reason for everything. And that scares me. Science is questions that may never be answered. Religion is answers that may never be questioned. Science flies you to the moon. Religion flies you into buildings. In my personal opinion, I think it's fair to say this. If you are a religious person and you really believe that a woman got pregnant without having sex and conceived a god from a bearded man in the sky, and in fact that you will burn in hell forever for eternity, I would classify you as someone who is not intelligent. A new study reveals A new study reveals that stupid people are unaware that they are stupid. So back to the original question, are religious people less intelligent than atheists? Generally, I would say yes, depending upon those religious beliefs that the religious person has. And I'll end on this note, religion is what keeps the poor from murdering the rich. Napoleon.